Baseball, not always the best team wins, right? You got to still go out there and get it done.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Pressbox. We are live from the Red Earth Production Studios here in St. Charles, Missouri for tonight's show. Tonight's show, folks, is built by Kilo Gear. So you might be asking, what is Kilo Gear? Well, let me tell you. It is a revolutionary weighted apparel designed to enhance your performance in daily activities, workouts, and sports. Kilo Gear helps you burn more calories, build strength, and improve endurance effortlessly. Whether you're at the gym or on the go, kilogear.com. Use the promo code YBM10 to get your 10% off your purchase and start building your performance. We're looking forward to this. We got some gear coming. Been talking with Jason Christian out of Cincinnati, Ohio, who's got us started with this. I'm looking forward to it, getting the product, being part of this. Hey, go check out the website, kilogear.com. Go read the science on this. I did. It's fascinating. We had a great discussion the other day or last week here on the show with Jason and Dave Wiggins. And if you missed last week's show, go check that out. Go listen to what Jason Christian had to say about Kilo Gear. We're looking forward to it. Go listen. Go to kilogear.com. YBM10. Get you 10% off your purchase. So, by all means. Folks, if you're here tonight, too, and you want to follow us on social, I think Lauren's over there going to be live on the social stuff. Follow us on X, at YBM_cast and IG, Facebook, and TikTok, at Youth Baseball Midwest. We'll have Dave Wiggins joining us here shortly. Also, folks, I want you to, we're going to work towards these things. We're going to work towards maybe some highlights in the future. We're definitely going to have our commentary. We're going to break down some big games. And we got some breakdowns that we got from this past week. Willard and Marshfield squared off in our opener. We'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to give out some helmet stickers tonight because there's some pretty cool stories out there. Some neat stuff happening around the state, and I'm looking forward to it. And so we're going to give out some helmet stickers tonight. And there he is, and I'm sure Mr. Wiggins is going to enjoy. Oh, he's out again. He'll be back. Probably, but we're going to start. Oh, there he is. Let's welcome in Dave Wiggins. We were talking about helmet stickers. I'm going to give away some helmet stickers tonight, and I know there's one you're going to be really excited about.
Oh, cool.
So we'll get to that here in just a bit. But first, we're going to start off with a youth baseball segment. Our youth baseball talk is powered by Legacy Performance Academy, STLLPA.com. They are sponsoring all of our Game 7 tournaments this year. So I give a shout out to Legacy. Mike Ott, those guys do a great job over there. Go check out STLLPA.com. Mr. Wiggins is familiar with those gentlemen from that side of the woods.
Great people.
Did a lot of work with those guys back in the day, didn't you, Dave?
Oh, they're great guys. Yep. Mike's a good friend. They do a great job over there.
And so check it out. They've got their youth teams going now. They've got a lot of dudes in their legacy program. Ooh, mercy. It's a few. And they're building up the clutch program over there. Josh Cranwetter runs and directs that. But so if you're interested in checking out Legacy Baseball, STLLPA.com. All right, folks, tournament baseball is underway. Where Game 7 baseball, we're going to be going to the WAC this weekend. Looking forward to it over in Warrenton Athletic Complex. We've got the Arch Madness. It's what we've opened every year, gosh, for the last, I think, what, guys, 5 years has been Arch Madness? Yeah. Sometimes it's a little chillier. This year might be I think it's going to be a little warmer for us.
2 years it was so cold we didn't get to do it.
That's right. So we're going to be doing some of that stuff. Tournament baseball's underway. So, but we're going to talk a little bit. The Snowball Fest happened over at Warrenton this past weekend. The bracket there for 10U. The Midwest Rebels. What is that? Beaushad? I would say that's how you pronounce it. Beaushad took the championship 8-5 over the Midland Bandits Gold in that bracket. Midland Bandits or the Midwest Rebels were 3-0. Midland Bandits were 2-1 in it. There's 4 teams. The Battle Dragons, 10U from DeSoto, were in that. Canes. So congrats to the Midwest Rebels. Drew, go ahead and slap them with a helmet sticker right there. Congrats to the Midwest Rebels. We had 12U. Now, Dave, you're probably familiar with these guys a little bit. We got a 12U team. The bracket this week over at the Snowbell. I was following this on Game Changer, but they have 2 12U teams over there that are pretty dynamic. Mike Ott's 12U squad and then Kyle McClellan's 12U squad. They faced off in the championship game this weekend. And it was all of that. It was an 11-10 win for the Ott group. So congrats to them. I mean, that at some point when it got to 11-10, it gets to 11-10, your pitching is running on fumes, correct?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's probably their 3rd game of the day on a Sunday after playing 2 on Saturday. And, when you're playing a team in your organization, you don't want it to be a lopsided score. So 11-10, that's a good look for the program. It's a good look for both those teams and, proves that, they're 2 quality teams that belong where they are.
Absolutely. And I stopped by. They had their open house, around that March 5th weekend, I think it was, somewhere in there, yeah. And saw both those teams over there. It was a little chilly, but, man, they got some big 12-year-olds, bro.
Yeah, they've got some really good 12-year-old players on both those teams. Yeah.
Yeah, so that program's one to watch. The Midwest Sharks over there, they showed pretty well. They were 1-1. STL Clutch, they had 4 teams in this. Creekmeyer squad was over there with his 12U, and then they got another 12U. Coach Brown, I hadn't heard of that one. I know who Creekmeyer, because he's coached quite a bit at the youth level. Couple of kids. So, and everybody was 2-0 in pool play, Dave.
Gotta love that.
Right? That shows very well for that squad, for that group. So that's
Absolutely.
A good solid 12U group over there. I know I'm going to give a shout out to one of the dudes over there on McClellan's squad. Of course, East Connection. Steve Lautzenheiser, he's the assistant. His 12-year-old Joe Lautzenheiser, he's a dude, man. That kid can play some baseball. So I'm looking forward to seeing him continue to grow and get up there. Coach Hill over there, he's watching his boy, his last year, Travis. East off to a good start. I'm glad for that. They had a good showing.
Team.
Yeah, solid team.
You got two guys who ended up into the 90s. That helps.
Mercy. I know. So, we'll early. Everything's early, so you never put too much stock. You got to wait. Everything waited out. But so that's what happened over at the Snowball Fest down at Ballparks of America. at the spring championships get a little different flavor with teams and whatnot. Just had some round robins because it was 3 teams down there. MVP Elite and Nixa Baseball Club went 2-2. The MVP Elite out of Bixby, Oklahoma. I've heard of that town before, but they were 4-0. AAA squad came over there and did some damage. And that's on the 11U side. On the 12U, they also did a kind of another round robin with 3 teams. Had 2 teams go 3-1. Fox Sports Sox Landis. I think they're right there in Springfield. That's a mouthful, bro.
It is, yeah. It's a tongue twister.
They're
say that 5 times.
Out of Joplin, Missouri. Major team at 12U. And then the Southwest Missouri Rattlers, a AAA squad out of Ozark, Missouri, also 3-1. So both teams showed up pretty well for them. Nice job, guys. 13U, they had some bracket play. Ended up Lawrence, I love this name, Meadowlarks.
Interesting. Okay.
Right? And where would you think the Lawrence Meadowlarks are from?
I mean, I was going to say Lawrence, Kansas, but there's no way. So is there a Lawrence, Missouri?
No, sir. Bingo. Right on the money there.
Oh, Lawrence, Kansas. Go St. John's.
Oh, I love it. A little March Madness thrown in there, folks. How's your bracket, by the way, Dave? Doing good?
No, it's not doing well at all.
I didn't even do one. I don't have time to do one anymore, man. I just can't. I watched some, but I just don't have time. For 14U bracket got there. Wow Factor, AOK, out of Arkansas, took the championship 10-6 over the Dirtbags from West Plains, Missouri. Gotta love that. You know, the Zizzers, right?
There you go. Zizzers, yep.
Yeah, you got some kids that evidently can play a little bit there. Looks good for West Plains. I like to see that. So you got the Dirtbags baseball there. Wow Factor, as I said, out of Van Buren, Arkansas. I'm not quite sure where that's at, Dave. I have no idea.
It's in Arkansas.
Is Todd lurking there behind you?
That was Cam.
Oh, what's up, Cam?
What's up, buddy?
Talking youth baseball. So that was the Wow Factor. They took the 14U championship, spring championships down in Branson. That's a look. Hey, give the Wow Factor a helmet sticker. Boom. Gotta love
that. Actually worked out well. My hand was right behind that sticker that popped up, and it looked like I literally put that sucker on the screen.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. You know, Dave, I'm hoping that we're going to get Coach P in the studio, but I don't know if you've been following or not.
He had an extra inning affair there that he's probably still doing his post-game talk.
Right? We'll get to that in a minute. We'll be talking a little bit about that as we get there. But so far, talk to me about when's your guys' first game, Dave? Principia.
We open up on Wednesday. We play a co-op out of Chicago. So I just felt it would make the most sense, since we're a co-op, to play a co-op. Diego actually hooked me up with this team. They're down there for spring break. They're down here for spring break, and they were looking for teams to play. It is Westminster and Harvest Christian out of the Chicago area in Illinois.
Oh, so, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we open with them at home, and then we play Maplewood Friday and then Metro on Saturday. So those are our first 3 games of the season. So we had practice today, went well. We're gearing up and getting ready for this 3-game stretch.
Well, the class and district assignments popped. Any surprises that just surprised you just on a overall? I don't know how much you looked, where you looked.
I did. Yeah.
But
Willard is not with Marshfield, which that's interesting.
right.
I mean, they're still in a tough district. Um, Valley Catholic went back down to Class 1. So
Right.
that's interesting, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, we've been talking about the Smet going to Class 5. They did. Vianney going to Class 6. They did. MICDS going to Class 5. They did. So we were correct when we were talking or assuming all those things. And well, that's the cool thing with private school baseball here is, championship factor points and kind of seeing how those move teams up and down, depending on the sport is it's interesting. And now you have, once again, you have two Metro Catholic teams that are Class 5 and the rest are Class 6. So it'll be interesting to see how those districts really shake out. I mean, that Lindbergh district, my goodness, Jackson looks real. Jackson looks real, and Oakville just took down Vianney. So that district is good.
I was talking to Kevin Mulder today, and we were talking about District 1 and Class 6. I mean, no offense to Northwest Cedar Hill. I mean, but Fox is usually pretty competitive. I don't think they're going to win the district, but they're always competitive. Then it's Jackson, Kirkwood, Lindbergh, Oakville, Seckman, Vianney. That's 6 teams that can win that. They could win that district, Dave.
Absolutely. And Vianney's the newcomer, right? They used to be with the teams more, further west. So now you have Vianney and Jackson who, Vianney, Jackson, Lindbergh, Seckman, who are off to really good starts.
Mm-hmm.
Fox wore one against Festus. I think they lost 14 or 15 zip over the weekend.
Yeah.
But, obviously with Seckman taking down CBC early, with Vianney. I mean, Vianney, however, they did lose to Oakville on a very tight game today. They've been very good. They took Lindbergh down that first game of the year. Lindbergh's playing good ball. They lost 1-0 today to Lafayette in a pitcher's duel. So, I mean, you're seeing these teams playing really good baseball. I think Jackson was tied up with SLU last I checked. SLU is real. SLU might be the best team in MCC. They might be. They're very good. Cole Chambers is on fire already.
And to your point of that, I saw them twice just play. I went and watched them over at Hal Central early in the season and later. They played really good baseball, and they were young, and they lost some of those games. And, man, they had a lot of those guys, and Cole Chambers is Cole Chambers. This team, I think, has a big-time shot at going a long way, Dave. I think
I have to agree with you. I have to agree. They have the pitching.
Yeah.
Michael Strong is headed to Case Western. He's an absolute dude. He has been for them for years. Obviously, Cole Chambers, the Oklahoma commit, is definitely a good guy to have on both sides of the ball for them. Logan Studer headed to Brown, one of probably the best catch and throw guys in our area, who can also swing it from the right side. And they have young players that are going to make an impact as well. Tommy Molenbrock's only a freshman. He started in left field for him the other day. So they're going to be really, really good. And Brady Nolan, we know Brady Nolan can flat pitch, right? So you're talking to Connor Lucas. I mean, I could keep going. Like, this team is deep, and they are. I guarantee they're hungry to win that MCC. I mean, that's just such a great conference, and
yes,
you hang your hat on that accomplishment right there.
And, a lot of people had talked about CBC early, and they have the offense. They got a lot of offensive weapons. Grant Murhoff transferring out, I think, really hurt their pitching staff. I don't know where and it's showing early. We'll see if they can kind of get themselves. We'll see. It's still, like I said, it's early. You don't want to put too much, but I think that's the biggest thing I saw with CBC, and I think that's the biggest challenge right there for Vianney, of course, but I think
Vianney. I mean, Zach Van Hook today was absolutely brilliant on the mound. If you look at his line, I think he went 3 and K'd 8 in those 3 against a good Oakville lineup. And Zach Van Hook hits leadoff for them, and he's raking. So, you might have the best two-way player in the area on the team at Vianney. Followed by just another. He's got a good supporting cast of characters. They have a very deep pitching staff as well.
Yeah.
They'll
Pretty
be
youthful,
they'll be
though,
tough.
Dave. Pretty youthful.
Yeah, Dan Lang, starting third baseman as a freshman.
Right.
That's pretty cool for Danny. He was hitting cleanup today. Talk about being a true freshman hitting cleanup. Ben Delick hitting 2-hole for Oakville. So we see freshmen making an impact right away at Class 6 schools. I think it's really, really cool to see. And they're not just in the lineup, they're producing.
They're impressive. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah.
You can say it.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I'm gonna jump over because we're gonna give out our first ever high school helmet sticker.
Boom.
And it's going to go to a young man that I think is one of the most impressive young people I've talked to over the last 4 years. We had him here in studio when he was a freshman in a player spotlight. Articulate kid, smart, knows how to handle himself. And he had 4 hits yesterday in a ball game that they won.
Saturday. Yep.
Yeah, Saturday, excuse me. Yeah, it's yesterday, Sunday. They don't play on Sundays. Thank you, Dave.
You're good.
And he just set the all-time record for hits for Fort Zumwalt West. And, of course, yes, we are talking about the Nolan Sissom. That young man can just flat out hit. And, Drew, go ahead. Drop it on him. Yes. Congratulations. That's a first high school helmet sticker, and it goes no, and that's deserving, isn't it, Dave?
Without a doubt. I don't know how many people know this or not, but they were tied 6-6 tonight with Troy Buchanan. And in the 8th inning, he hit a 2-run bomb to put them up 8-6. And then he ended up getting the win on the mound as well. So he only had 1 hit today, but it was a 2-run home run to put his team up. And they ended up getting the win there. Shout out to Coach Credo at Troy Buchanan for playing a heck of a game against a very good team. And that's Troy's first loss. So they're off to a good start as well. But yeah, Nolan, we talk about him all the time. He's just such a professional in everything that he does. He's probably gonna finish with 160 hits as a 4-year starter. You're talking about 40 hits a year from freshman through senior year. And they're not all singles, right? He had 20 doubles last year, and he's also going to walk probably 35 to 40 times this year as well, especially when he faces GAC competition and coaches that know him well. So and to talk about the defense he provides at shortstop for them, and just how good he is at everything that he does. He's just one of those kids who just does everything so well on a baseball field. Hence, why he got the win on the mound tonight.
Right. I mean, that they've gotten off to a huge start, and that's a big win. And I'm with you. Kudos. That's 3-1. He was 3-0. Troy was 3-0, and they played Fort Zumwalt West down to it. That's big for that program. They're young. Coach Credo just taking over that program. So shout out to Troy Buchanan, man. Can't sleep on those guys. I would not recommend it.
Do not. Coach and I talked on our Baseball 101 segment about, creating offense in different ways. And if you go back and look at the play-by-play of the game today, there were numerous bunts, numerous stolen bases, numerous small ball tactics that Credo used to score runs. And, that he's not just talking about it, he's actually implementing it, and he's getting his guys to buy into it. And clearly it's working.
Absolutely. District 2, Eureka, Lafayette, Marquette, Parkway South, Parkway West, Rolla, Waynesville. Eureka, we were just talking here. We're hoping we'll get Coach Perkins in, but there was another one, Eureka, Francis Howell squared off. That's 1-2 in a YBM poll, folks. Eureka 1, Francis Howell 2. and it was at Francis Howell. Another 8th inning, they walked it off with the bases loaded. 4-3 win for Howell. These two teams, they are that, and I think they're still, it's still 1-2 with those guys. And depending upon the day, Dave, it really, either team could win that game.
Without a doubt. I mean, obviously, you have pitching staffs. You probably had the two teams in Missouri, or the two teams in St. Louis at least, that have the deepest pitching staffs of any, and they go head to head. One of the first games of the year, I was talking to Coach Draghi on the phone earlier today, and we were both agreeing about how cool it was for our state and for our area to have those two teams get to face off this early. A very peculiar thing occurred tonight. Eureka got no hit. They scored 3 runs, but they didn't get a hit.
I hadn't seen that. I hadn't really looked at the box score yet.
Yeah, Alex Verschelden started for Howell. He was good, and then Carson Drummond was good, and then Jack Hubbard was good. To hold a team like Eureka to 0 hits is impressive. To score 3 runs without getting a hit is also impressive. Game changer can be weird sometimes, but it looked as though it was either a wild pitch or a pass ball that scored Bogard for the winning run. That's just what a brutal way to lose for Eureka, playing just such a hard fought game. I mean, imagine getting 1 hit and winning that game, right? Imagine Eureka gets 1 hit and they win 4-3 instead of, it's nuts, So clearly those two teams are, they're firing on all cylinders right now. I don't think Jackson Joggers has pitched yet for Eureka. I could be wrong, but I know he's heavy into basketball and he wants to make sure his arm's in shape. So, I'm not going to say Eureka's sandbagging by any means, but they have a big arm that they've yet to throw. Right. And that's going to be big for them down the stretch. But both teams, it's early, but both teams are still going to bring their best, and they're playing each other knowing the implications of, how everybody views them.
Absolutely. And looks like Eli Miller's been behind the plate for Hal and evidently handling his business.
Absolutely. You got to be really good to catch those guys.
I know. Marquette 3-0 out of that too. I was shocked. Parkway South is off to a little slow start. We'll see, but Marquette, man. And Lafayette, I probably, I went back and forth of putting Lafayette in the top 20, and now, so Coach DuPont, it's my bad, bro.
Hey, it's them versus Oakville in the Lindbergh Melville Championship tomorrow. Both teams are 4-0, and both teams are feeling. I'm sorry, Oakville's not 4-0. My fault. Oakville lost to Lafayette in that first game. Lafayette is 4-0. Oakville's 3-1. But both teams are riding high. Oakville off a big win against Vianney, and Lafayette going undefeated. 1-0 win over Lindbergh.
I know.
1-0, shutting that Lindbergh offense down. Very impressive by the Lafayette Lancers. But they've got a lineup that's full of college-bound hitters, and they've got a great pitching staff, and Coach DuPont's doing a great job with that group.
I'll tell you. No differences really with District 4. Although I will say this, we were over at Carcio with the St. Louis Patriots Invitational this past weekend. Saw Pattonville for the first time. They have a shortstop, Cameron Crumble, that he is really good, Dave.
He's a very good player. He's played varsity for them since he was a freshman. He's always been very physical. He's always hit the ball hard, thrown the ball hard. It looks like he's really kind of turning himself into a very good baseball player along with being a good athlete. And that's really fun to see that when that happens, when you have those younger, more raw players who are great athletes, who have big attributes, when they start to really kind of hone their skills and become great baseball players as well. Those guys can be really dangerous, and Cam is at the peak of that right now, for sure.
I was impressed with the young man. He was part of they didn't come out, and Noah Horner come out. He's got that funky delivery. He was the only pitcher in the game for either Kirkwood or Pattonville that had 2 clean innings. He went 1, 2, 3 in the middle 2 innings, and only one. I was like, that was impressive. And young man, he's probably low 80s, somewhere in there, and just that funky delivery, good slider. No Horner, shout out to those guys. It'll be interesting to see how Pattonville bounces back after this weekend. A couple of tough losses, but they're solid. They can compete. They can compete.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got to get their bats going a little bit. We'll see
Another-
what happens.
Another freshman making an immediate impact for them is Brody Lee, Mason Lee's little brother. Saw he had a
Played
couple
first
real nice
base.
hits against Kirkwood, playing first base.
Yeah,
So shout out to Brody for kicking off his freshman year with a good way.
absolutely. That so we'll see what happens with Pattonville. Not much different in District 4. It's pretty much the usual suspects. And the same in District 5. That's not much different there. Rockbridge 3-0, Blue Spring South playing outside. They were over in Kansas playing over there. District 6, pretty much the same, up and down. Branson, Glendale, Joplin, Kickapoo. Kickapoo's going to be fun. Nixa went out to Phoenix in that tournament out there. They went 3-0, man.
Oh, wow. Little Missouri team heading west, going 3-0 in Arizona is no joke. That's cool. And you mentioned Nixa Baseball Club, their NBA, down at the Ozarks tournament. Talk about just a club that's got kids from one area that can compete with any of the AAA major clubs around. They're very comparable to Willard in the fact that their youth programs are really, really good. And those kids, they play for those youth programs, and they grow up wanting to be a Nixa high school baseball player. That's cool to see.
Absolutely, man. I love that. They played Highland Ranch, Colorado, Fruta Monument, Colorado, and Highland, Arizona. I don't know anything about those teams. That's who Nixa played. They won 12-0, 16-8, and 9-6.
Okay, all right.
So then they got to come back, and they're playing Springfield Catholic tomorrow.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. Exactly. So big shout out. I mean, you go west and play some of those teams. I mean, there you go. Ozark is off to a fast start. So District 6 is going to be tough. Neosho, I think they started off pretty well, 4-1. They went out to, I think, Florida, played Westminster Christian Academy out there, dude.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I'm like, wait a minute. You drove all that way to play a team from your own state? What kind of nonsense is that? But then they ended up playing Murraysville, Uniontown, Stuart, Florida, and Uniontown. Got 4 wins. They lost to Westminster Christian Academy.
Of course they did.
And they beat everybody else. So there you go.
They've got a big arm. Neosho.
Yeah.
Neosho has a big arm. Brody Crane.
Yep.
And he was throwing mid-90s junior summer. You know, he was throwing mid-90s sophomore summer going into his junior year. So he's highly physical and talented. So that's a good one for them to have for sure.
Yeah. I was, go down to Florida, go 4-1. That's impressive. So Neosho, can't sleep on Neosho there either. That District 6, I think Class 6 is shaping up to be just really good this year. District 7, this one might be a little down. Rockhurst, thought they might be. This one, I think, is Lee Summit to have, man. Lee Summit's jumped out to a big start. They've got some dudes up there. We're going to be at Lee Summit for Liberty North in, I think it's not this week, but next week. Yeah, next week. So it's our game of the week, April 1st. It ain't no Fool's Day, baby. We'll be at Lee Summit, so I'm looking forward to that. So make sure you mark your calendar. You don't want to miss that one. Troy Fisher, William Bologna, those guys are for real over there. Lee Summit, they're guys. This is going to be a good baseball game. District 8 is always good. Liberty North. You got Park Hill South off to a big start. Staley, the same. District 6 or Class 6, Dave, I think is going to be really fun.
I do too, and I I love Coach McGee, and I respect him a lot. But I think Kansas City still has a chance to to reign supreme when it comes to the Class 6 winner. There's some really good teams in Kansas City and St. Louis. And I'm a St. Louis guy, but as good as our teams are, some of those Kansas City teams are really good. And Blue Springs South, having Graydon Suferling, who throws darn near 100 miles an hour, he's going to Wake Forest. I mean, it don't get much better than that. I think he was up to 97 in his first start. That's octane. I mean, this is high school baseball. So,
man,
Kansas City teams they're still going to compete hard. I know that.
So we're going to get the conquering hero in here.
What's up? Just got done with the game.
Yes, you did. I know we've been talking about it already, Coach.
Talking about the triple play.
I saw that.
That was unbelievable.
How'd that happen? I just saw it on the Game Changer.
It was like 15 assists. I don't know how to score that. But I know we got 3 outs. It was really crucial.
Oh man. A triple play.
Yeah, no doubt. Nobody out, second, third, and we got them all.
That's
wow.
That kept you right in the ball game too, didn't it?
It did. It was tie ball game at that time.
Yeah.
So it was 8 innings. So
Oof. That's definitely, we were talking about this. So, Coach, congratulations. He's coming off that. Honestly, folks, he just came from the ballpark, 8 innings, beats Eureka. We were talking about Versheldon on the mound, pitched well for you.
it was a tough day to pitch. It was so cold. I mean, Diego was asking me about velos. I said, they're all down today because it was so cold. But he didn't. Alex didn't last as long as I'd liked him to. He went 2+. That was about it. But the guy that really stood out was Jack Hubbard. He was my third pitcher, man. He just shut him down, and it was awesome effort by him.
Now, Dave was mentioning that they didn't get a hit off you guys.
I haven't had a chance to get into my stats, but I know they scored 3 runs.
Yeah, Game Changer has them getting 0 hits, but sometimes Game Changer can be wrong. So.
That's right. One of the kids, little Bogart, he brought up the Game Changer thing. He said, Coach, look at this. I'm going, really? Yeah, I didn't want to say nothing before I go through the stats because I know how that goes sometimes.
Go on, put nothing there.
No, they're a really good team, man.
I was going to ask you that, Coach. You know, we talk about, early in the season. It's always interesting. You never, we get into late April. We have a really good understanding of who's who. But early in the season, what is it about this matchup that you like that helps you understand where your team's at?
Oh, it's great, I think. I mean, we got the Troy tournament, then we got the Midwest Classic, and we're playing great teams for 10 games. If you ain't got to figure it out in 10 games, you're in trouble. Because everybody gets a chance and all the pitchers get up there and show what they got, and it's just a good test for everybody. I mean, us and Eureka in the 4th game of the year, I mean, that's 2 good ones going at it.
Absolutely. We got you guys 1-2 in the polls, and it was
them
every
won.
bit of
You
that.
had them won.
Huh?
You had them won.
I know I did. I know.
I had to get that in there.
I was just waiting to see who you were going to have catch.
He's all right. Told you I had options. He threw a guy out.
I mean, you're just having to figure that out on the fly.
Sometimes as a coach, that's what you got to do, man.
And that's honestly, Coach, that's the only reason I had them at number 1.
Eureka's got a good catcher.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. He laid out for that last pitch, and he was trying so hard to keep it in, but it got by him, and that's how we won.
Yeah. Yep, there you go,
They
Dave.
called it a pass ball, but it was a wild pitch.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that, Coach, because I didn't think Ludhauser would let a ball get by unless it was.
No, he's too tough. He saved them a lot of runs. He saved them a lot of runs today.
Everybody that looking at that Game Changer knows that's a wild pitch, not a pass ball.
Yes. Anybody's got a clue.
Yeah.
You don't put that on loot.
That's a tough one. It's a tough one, but hey, you know what? That's the way it goes. It's baseball sometimes, and you pick up and move on.
Zuma West went 10 innings.
Yeah. I thought it was 8. Did they go 10?
I thought it was 10. Somebody told me
I
that.
thought it was 8. I can check. Once again,
Yeah.
game changer can be wrong. And
We
I'm
were
stuck
8.
over
We
here
were
with
8.
game changer.
Nope. It did. It went 10, Dave. We got to.
I wish it would have went about
10
12,
innings.
14. I wish they used all the pitching.
Oh. Well, heck, man. How about Troy Buchanan, coach?
Yeah, going 3-0, coming out the gate.
Yeah.
It's good for them.
Yeah. That's what.
I still got 2
Oh,
outs
yeah.
that I haven't thrown yet, so I'm feeling better about
Pretty
that.
good about it.
Yeah. We got some fresh guys coming tomorrow.
Very good.
Yeah, then I'm hitting the cupboard pretty hard after that.
You got to check out the JV squad.
No, I'm all right with that. I can roll them back through, but I'm trying to give them rest. So
You don't have a Derek Chubb just chilling on JV like last year, Coach?
no, he got brought up towards the end of the year. He's really changed his attitude.
does.
That kid, he's awesome. He's throwing Friday against Edwardsville. We got Edwardsville on Friday.
Yes, we're going to be there.
You'll see the big donkey there.
Yeah, coach, that's
Yeah, his
our
first start.
that's part of our week this week. We're heading to Boonville tomorrow. We're going down to Cape, and then we're coming to Edwardsville for you
Be
guys
good.
and
Be
the
fun.
Tigers. Oh yeah.
They're always good, so strap it on again.
I always like that, especially you see that I trying to get that border battle a little bit there. See who
Yeah, they're usually one of the best teams over there. I think O'Fallon might have beat them the other day, though.
O'Fallon's going to be tough this year over there.
They're in the Midwest Classic this year.
Are they really?
Yeah,
They're coming over.
yeah,
Ooh, I love
That's
that.
awesome.
that's cool.
Get a little flavor
That's
in
awesome.
there. I
Absolutely.
dig that, Coach. Yeah, because I like Coach Causey. We had a great conversation. He came on the show a while back, and I really enjoyed that conversation. I like how he it's a lot of that same mentality from what I hear from you guys over here. Started at a small school, and bring that.
So
I
did
think that helps, don't you?
It does. When I got hired and what the AD after a little bit said, I always like hiring guys from small schools because they got to work so hard and they got to coach so many sports and they're the ADs and, they're doing all the scheduling and doing everything. So if you get them in a bigger school situation, it's probably easier on them and it's easier for us because they've been through it.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I thought so.
Absolutely.
Got me a job.
Any surprises in the classification? I didn't see any. Class 6 all looks pretty much.
Oh, the district you're talking about?
Except for Vianney going into District 1. My goodness. How about that?
I haven't really looked at it, to tell you the truth.
Ooh, Coach.
I think ours is pretty much the same, isn't it?
Yeah, it's usual suspects.
That's the only one I
but
look
look
at.
at this. Jackson, Kirkwood, Lindbergh, Oakville, Seckman, Vianney.
Okay.
Good golly.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think so. That's going to be tough.
I'm playing D. Scott Lindbergh in the Midwest Classic.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine.
Lindbergh's we were talking about that. Lindbergh's had a couple of hard luck shots here early, so
Yeah, he's a lot like me.
yep.
He don't care. He just plays.
It'll be interesting to see. So we're getting ready to. Like I said, we're going to be at Edwardsville on Friday, so we're looking forward to that. Hey, this next segment sponsored by PremierPitching.com. Premier Pitching Performance.
Yeah.
Mr. Brett Graves.
Yeah, I work for him too. He played for me. Now I'm working for him and he's paying me. That's great.
You got to look at it, baby. This is where pitchers are built, folks. With focus on velocity mechanics and command, Premier Pitching helps athletes develop the tools they need to compete at a higher level. Whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your game, this is where serious arms go to improve. Go to PremierPitching.com. If you're a club member, if you're a Youth Baseball Midwest club member, you can get a discount. It's there as a club member. When you sign up, go to our access. Oh, I got
I'm
you
just
taken care
checking.
of, bro. I
Just
got you
checking.
taken care of, Coach. He's making sure. I ain't got one. I ain't got a new one from Dave yet.
I'll get you. I got you.
There you go.
I don't see the Webster one anymore.
It's up there. I didn't put everybody down, didn't have enough space.
You're
you know,
fine.
put the top dogs down. There you go. Top dogs. Duchenne is one of those. We're going to move into Class 5. Willard, in our opener, took care of business down there over Marshfield 11-3. That team is stacked up and down. The bottom of that order, 3 sophomores, 6 hits between them. Drove in, I think, 7 or 8 runs in that bottom of the order. Each of those kids had 2 hits. Coach, you can talk about, you get that kind of production from the bottom of the order, you're in good shape.
Yeah, you're going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, your 7, 8, 9 guys get going. They set the table for the top of the order. You're in good shape.
Oof. Dave, you faced that Willard team. Coach McGee, he just kind of seems like he finds these kids. Where did they come from? They come out of that youth program.
That's
Yeah,
exactly where they come from.
Too many club teams around there. I mean, they do it themselves.
They do a good job.
And he does
too.
a good job of doing that.
And it was
do a
so
great
funny.
job.
Dave, we're watching this, and up in the stands, they had all the youth kids, and they got the K signs up. I was like, this is fantastic, man. Where are the youth players watching in the St. Louis area? You got to get these kids out. Get your kids out to watch a high school baseball game. These kids are in the stands watching these kids play. They got the K signs, man, because Levi Hilton was on the mound, and he had 6 Ks, and they're popping the K signs up. It was fantastic. I just don't – I wish we here – I don't see as many youth kids out at the varsity games.
I see him running after my balls and stealing them. That's okay, though. I don't complain about that. If the little kid wants a baseball, I'll give him one. See about 4 or 5 of them going running into the woods. I know what's going on.
Coach like, hey, don't take my baseball.
Yeah. You let that little kid take that baseball from you? What's wrong with you?
But Willard opened 3-0. Dave, they're our number 2 team in this. I think that's just going to be a tough team to beat all year long.
Yeah, they're deep. You have 3 sophomores hitting 7, 8, 9 who maybe midway through the season are hitting 2, 3, 4. You know, if they keep producing like that, they're probably at the bottom of the order because they're young and inexperienced. But they may have what it takes to hit atop the order. Maybe they stay down there and they keep producing, and the older, more experienced bats produce at the top. And they're so deep. I mean, their pitching staff's always deep. Their roster's deep. And they have an amazing youth program. And like Coach P said, they're in an area where they're not really contending with a bunch of different clubs. They're not really contending against many private schools. So like Willard baseball that's what these kids do. That's what they go watch it on weeknights instead of going home and playing video games. You know, they want to be a Willard Tiger, so they're going to watch who's doing it right now.
That's what they grow up with.
They were out there after the game getting autographs.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
loved
awesome.
it. It was so cool, man. These kids are up there. They watch these kids play. Cade Hyder, Jarrett McGee. They're going to be tough. This team is going to be very good.
Are.
Just
Yeah.
class 5 now?
Yes, sir. They dropped.
I just looked at that, and I'm like, that stood out to me.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes, Coach.
Look out.
And they started 0-4, but that's in New Jersey.
Oh, hard telling what you run into out there.
Yeah. So I'm not too that. We'll see. Plant County.
They did lose to Rockbridge.
Yeah, they did lose to Rockbridge,
They
but
lost to Rockbridge. Yeah. That was a close game, though.
yeah, I think they lost 5-0 to Rockbridge.
Oh, no, I thought they scored runs against Rockbridge. Maybe I'm wrong.
You might be right.
We play them, too.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Dave. That's correct. It was 7-8 or 8-7. They lost to Rockbridge. They lost to Rockbridge. So MICDS is in Class 5. They went up. There's some. This is where the ones, to me, Platte County opens 0-2. They got a win today. I think that'll be interesting to see. I think they're still very good. The one that is interesting to me, Coach and Dave, is this team that moved up from Class 4. And we got our second helmet sticker coming up here. Summit Christian moves to Class 5. They opened 2-0. They got a Class 4 schedule, which, You know, that's where they started. It's going to be interesting. But they moved up to Class 5 and they had championship factor points. And they moved up because they moved up also. They were a Class 3 school as far as enrollment. And then they moved up enrollment-wise. And so now it bumps them to Class 5, which is a tough gig. But, folks, I want to share this with you. You ready for this? I don't know if anybody's heard of Brooks Zumwalt.
Yes.
Or Keelan Zumwalt.
Yes. They're on the Futures games.
Oh, so these two young men the other day.
Monsters.
In one ball game, this is between the two of them. This was the stat line, folks. They were 7 for 8. Okay? Each had 2 home runs. I think Brooks had a double in that as well. They had 15 RBIs between them. They scored 6 runs. And they walked 3 times.
On base.
Goodness mercy. Go ahead, Drew, drop it on them.
Oh, yeah.
That deserved it, man. My goodness.
Their dad might have worked with the Royals or something.
I think he still
did.
does.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, he was their hitting guy. He was one of their hitting coaches.
Oh,
for
so
BP
imagine
growing.
that his
Yeah,
kids
he's-
hit.
Oh yeah, I mean Keelan Zumwalt could be the best 2028 hitter in America. Like he's
Wow.
that good. He is insanely impressive. And then Brooks is headed to Pitt, and Brooks is a catcher. He's a 6'5" catcher who just swings it from the left side.
Yeah.
They have a little brother who's a 7th grader who's also highly talented and hits from the left side and hits with juice. So yeah, dad's doing something right for sure.
Absolutely.
6'5" catcher. You could use one of those, Coach.
Absolutely.
Brian Keelan is 16 years old and he's hitting balls like 108 to 110 miles an hour. I mean, he's an absolute unit. And he's like 89, 91 from the mound too. So
That's just crazy what's going on with that. Summit Christian, I had him number 2 in Class 4. So I had to reset this week, and I brought them over, and I've got them at number 5 in Class 5. I think they're that good. I think they're that talented. I think they got a shot to win the state title even in Class 5. You
Thumpers
got
like that.
those 2 guys. Oh, my goodness. And, I'm sure I know everybody in Class 4 is like, good riddance, good luck.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Appreciate y'all. So, DeSmet and Lebanon, as Coach pointed out here, DeSmet dropped to 5. The championship factor points dropped off. Their enrollment is a Class 5. Lebanon dropped in enrollment. They're in Class 5. Both teams went 0-4 this weekend. I think Lebanon might be in trouble. I think pitching-wise, I know Landon Klee was banged up a little bit, isn't playing right off the get, so that's going to be interesting. That's one. But pitching-wise, they got beat up pretty good. They got some talent. They got guys. But, Dave, I think Lebanon, it could be interesting to see what happens there. And they're up in District 5.
Offensively, I really like him. And Landon Klee transferred in this year. He wasn't at Lebanon last year. So they upgraded significantly by grabbing Landon and obviously went down a class. But, I mean, my goodness, Cole Milliken is a highly talented right-handed hitter headed to Most State. Just your old school type, going to put the bat on the baseball. Coach P, you'd love this kid. His swing's really flat. He doesn't strike out. It's an interesting swing to where it's not the prettiest thing, but my gosh, it's on the barrel. The fact that it's, Joey Hawkins is in on it tells you everything you need to know there. And then Beckett York, just dripping with athleticism, hits from the left side, catcher, shortstop. I think he had 7 pumps last year as a sophomore, headed to Mizzou. So you talk about those two and Landon Klee. You have 3 Division I players on one team. Hopefully they can figure it out on the mound. I know Beckett gets on the mound and chucks it about mid-upper 80s. I don't know if Landon pitches. I think Cole's going to try pitching a little bit. But they'll be good. They're off to a slow start, but they're good.
Yeah. We're going to have them we're going to Lebanon. Webb City's coming up, so I'm looking forward to that. Hey, look, we're again at Car Shield for the St. Louis Patriots invitation. Shout out to Mark Valley, the St. Louis Patriots, the homeschool squad there. That was well done, well run. Mark, appreciate it. We'll do that again next year. Always love live streaming from Car Shield too. It's fun. But my boys from Zumwalt East got a good 1-2 punch in Kevin Morgan and Dominic Pandolfo. Both these guys pitched so very well this weekend. And I think that was the big question mark for East, right, Dave?
Yeah. Well, you wonder how much is Pandolfo going to pitch, being their starting catcher as well.
Right.
Right. And that's always a question you have. But when they're both juniors in high school and they're touching 90, 91 in March, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. And offensively, East has always been able to score runs. They put up. They've done this the last couple of years. It's always been the question mark around pitching. Where are they going to have enough? And that to me is still the big thing. But these two guys here, if they can put some guys behind them that'll do well, I think East could make a pretty good run, Coach.
Yeah.
The district is there. I think you
I'm
got.
looking at that District 5 with Capital City and Jeff City and Father Tolton and Lebanon you mentioned, but
Right.
I heard Capital City's made a move.
I think they're going to be pretty good this year. Yeah.
Better than Jeff City's what they're saying.
That's what I've heard too. And Jeff City's played pretty well to start so far, but that's what I'm hearing.
They got a new coach too, I think.
It's yes, at Jeff City they do. Because I was saying Brett Skinner's at
Capital City.
So Marshfield is up in District 5 too, so that'll be interesting. Coming back, how they rebound off that. They're 2-2. They got back. District 6 is interesting. Webb City moved up into District 6, Dave, with Carl Junction, Willard, Hillcrest, West Plains. District 6 is no cakewalk. McDonald County isn't bad either.
Yeah, CJ's got one of the better right-handed arms in that area, Deacon Endicott, who's going to Pitt State. You guys have seen what Pitt State's been doing at the D2 level lately. Deacon's got a really cool delivery. It looks high effort, but it comes out of an interesting slot. He can really spin the ball. He's going to be really tough for them, and having him as a number one there is definitely going to help. Then obviously, Webb City, just a culture of winning. Coach Danig, that's what they do. They win. So yeah, that's not an easy district at all. And that district, when we were in it, it was Kearney. No, it wasn't Kearney. I'm sorry. It was Webb City, and I can't remember who Webb City beat, but we thought we were going to have to play them. But it's just always been such a tough district there. And yeah, it gets even tougher with Marshfield moving in.
Ooh, I'll tell you, District 7, honestly, Summit Christian Academy is in District 7 with Belton, who has one arm, Grandview, Raytown South, Ruskin, Van Horn, and William Chrisman. You can hand it to Summit Christian. No offense to these teams.
I'd be careful.
Come
that
on.
one arm at Belton is Cooper Schrum.
I know it is. I know.
Maybe,
but he's got to beat the Zumwalt brothers.
I agree, but maybe they can hold him. Like if you're the coach of Belton, you're like, our only chance is beating Summit Christian in the championship. The only way is we hold Cooper. We try. You never know. You never know. I'm just saying.
You never know. But that's your only shot, bro.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
As just humble as I am,
Yeah.
District 8 is going to be tough again. Kearney, Platte County, Smithville. St. Pius X is off to a really good start. They got some pitching up there at X. That's going to be a tough one. I think that, Pius could surprise some people in that district right there, guys.
Winnetonka used to come up with some arms back in the day.
Yeah, Winnetonka is. I think they got some guys there. I've been talking with the coach. I'm hoping to get him on the show a couple here and talk about some Winnetonka baseball because I think we need to do that. They've got a few players there. It's going to be interesting. We'll see. But they're a little bit behind everybody else. Any surprises there for you, Dave, in Class 5?
No, that Platte County Kearney district's a killer district, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you talking about Brendan McLaughlin and Cam Taylor, at Platte and Kearney. Those are two pro arms right
Yeah.
there.
It's for real, man. It's for
Yeah.
real. So that's a look at Class 5 there, presented by the Sports Barn, sportsbarn.org. Go there. If you go to the Sports Barn, hey, folks, it's where athletes train like champions, with programming ranging from individual training to team sessions, camps, and tournaments. Sports Barn provides everything players need to take their game to the next level. Go check out the Sports Barn. Hey, 2 locations, one in Wentzville, Missouri, one in Wood River, Illinois. Hey, please tell them Youth Baseball Midwest sent you. All right, folks, we're going to bring into the show now the head coach of the Boonville Pirates, Jerome Simpson. Tomorrow, we will be in Boonville, our game of the week. Boonville is going to be hosting the Blair Oaks Falcons. I think it's going to be a dandy game. Coach, good to see you, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Oh, we ain't got no sound.
I heard him.
Oh, we're good? Yeah. Okay. Coach, good to see you.
You too. Is that better?
We got you.
All right.
You got early on, we got to see your team practice a little bit and this and that. You had some misfortune with Mr. Chamberlain. You want to talk to the folks a little bit about that?
Yeah. Chase Chamberlain, a junior for us, would have been a 3-year starter this year. Started as a freshman. Played every inning. He's been in high school so far. And that second week of practice, we were in an inter squad, and he tells me he's got an MRI after practice. And I just watched him pitch and hit and run the bases and do everything. So it really threw me by surprise. And he comes to me the next day and tells me he's out 6 to 12 weeks. So I'm like, okay. So we got to reevaluate some things real quick. But no, it was a tough loss. We were excited for Chase. He was probably looking at being our number 2 arm. Moving him to shortstop this year, top of the order type of kid. I mean, just all around great baseball player, and taking that type of blow hurt. But we got guys stepping up in the right spots, and like we said, went down to Branson and had a hot start going 3-0 down there.
Yes, you did. Brody Porter looks the part too, Coach.
Yeah, Brody's a great kid. Was a 2-sport athlete with football as well, puts the work in the weight room, in the classroom, does all the great things that you can ask for out of our athletes. And, we got to sign to go play at Columbia College next year. So that's awesome for him and gets to continue that career. And, man, he came out swinging this weekend. He got the start right away on the mound too, and had good 5 innings for us, 9 Ks, no walks, really efficient. I think he had 68 pitches in 5 innings, which we'd like to be a little more efficient, but for his first start, we were pretty happy with him. And right now, according to Game Changer, I mean, he's hitting 778 to start the year, so can't ask for anything better out of him right now in your 3-hole.
You take that, wouldn't you, Coach?
I don't ever see that. That's pretty doggone good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Coach, we're looking forward to tomorrow's ball game. Blair Oaks come down. Now Blair Oaks is in Class 3, so it's a little different, but it's still, I think it's a conference game, Tri-County, right? So you're always looking to win conferences and stuff like that. So how do you approach this game maybe a little different than you would if they were in the same class?
Really, I mean, I don't think we're going to go about approaching it any different way. Even if they were in our district or in the same class, we're still looking to make a name for ourselves tomorrow. Knocking off Blair Oaks. I know they had a good weekend, going 2-0. One of the games they came back from being down 8-2 and winning the game, which was good for them. I'm sure their momentum's running high right now, and that's something we just got to be ready for tomorrow. And No, I mean, as a coaching standpoint, we prepped today. We know two of their arms they got going, so we really tried to had the machine out and was focusing on some of the things that those guys do when they're on the mound. Not sure who we'll see, but no, just prep the same way. They're going to get our best, and it's a tri-county game, good tri-county conference, and it's kind of stinks so early in the season. We got to go out and play one of the best in the conference, but it's what if we got to beat them eventually if we want to win it anyway. So got to go to work tomorrow.
You feel that, don't you, Coach?
Got a great attitude.
Right?
Love it.
Yeah, because Coach he swung in here from playing Eureka.
Yeah, I was watching earlier. It sounds like Coach had an exciting one today.
Yeah, it was a good one for us. Not so much for them. It was our turn, I guess.
Dave, you got anything for Coach?
No, obviously it sounds like you guys are as prepared as you could be for an opponent like Blair Oaks. Obviously being a conference foe, I'm sure you guys know them better than some of the other teams you run into. And, we're seeing more and more baseball teams at the high school level use advanced scouting and use machines and, try to mimic arms that guys may see. And I love that approach. I think it's great. Everybody feels good hitting batting practice off Coach, behind an L screen. It's like, let's try to face the guy a day before we actually see him. Let's try to mimic, the fastball he throws, the breaking ball he has, the arm slot, maybe move the machine on the mound a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I just think it's a great approach, and, the boys will definitely get up for that one. So that should be a fun one.
And so, yeah, I think our best scouting reports are my own players. I know 3 or 4 of them play with two of the kids that we might see on the mound tomorrow at Blair Oaks, and they've been talking already. And they're like, well, the one kid he has like a toe injury maybe, so they're not sure if we'll see him. So we might see the other one. I was like, well, guess what? We're going to train both today, and we'll be ready for whatever one's ready to go, hopefully.
Coach, you've got some young guys on this squad this year. We've talked about that. Who are some of the kids that have been stepping up early for you and you've been pleasantly surprised with?
Yeah, I'm not really surprised, but I mean, he had a really good weekend. My catcher, Evan Reeder, he in the kind of hot being that first weekend. We were on turf fields, and our pitching staff didn't make it easy on him this weekend. And I mean, he went to work behind the plate. I think he gave up one pass ball all weekend, and he blocked a lot of the balls that were spiked in the dirt. And I told him in the one game, I said, just keep working your butt off, dude. We'll get to the pitching staff on Monday, and we're going to fix some of this, because as a former catcher, it was hard to watch him going to work back there, and his pitchers aren't helping him out at all on the mound. And no, he really worked really hard this weekend. I know he saved quite a few bases for us, behind the plate. Had a good approach at the plate as well. Another young guy, first-year starter as a sophomore, Carson Elbert. He's our right fielder right now, and to start the year, we weren't even sure if he was going to play because he was feeling kind of run down from basketball. And I think the day before their last district game in basketball, he's like, "Coach, I'm going to play." And then all the coaches had like a sigh of relief that we knew he was playing, so that helped. And now he's in the starting lineup, for us, and we'll be out there tomorrow playing. And he had a good weekend down in Branson too. First game, had 2 hits. First time ever seen the varsity field, so was really happy with him. And like I said, we've had to move some guys around. And Jackson Shelton was a kid that we moved from second base to shortstop, and he's handled the transition pretty well. Now he's just got to learn how to be the vocal type of leader part of playing shortstop, be the leader in command of that infield. And Braden Vertle, not even a young guy, but a senior, we've had to move him into third base for when Porter Brody's pitching, and he did a great job when Porter pitched in the one game he threw this weekend. And guys are just moving in the spots, and they're stepping up in the spots, and as a coaching staff, that's all we can ask for right now. So we just hope we ride that momentum into tomorrow.
There you go. We're looking forward to it. District 8, no favors there. Hallsville, Kirksville, Marshall, Moberly, Southern Boone. It's a long way to districts. Southern Boone's in the Tri-County. I don't think Moberly is, but I think you play Moberly, don't you?
We got them Thursday. So yeah, we
And-
got a week ahead of ourselves here. Yeah, tough Blair Oaks tomorrow, and a good Moberly team on Thursday as well.
Hey, but you know what, Coach? You say this, you know this. You got to schedule it to get your team ready to play, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Don't want to.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't. Go ahead, Coach.
that's one of the things I liked about going down to Branson is kind of playing some different teams we don't play and seeing some better arms that we may not see. And I think for the most part it worked, and we saw some good arms. So hopefully that transitioned to this week. It's kind of obviously it's a huge game tomorrow, being a conference game early in the season. So we got to be ready for that tomorrow, and then that Moberly game's huge as well. That could ride on a district seed right there. If we can end up knocking off Southern Boone later in the year, and we knock off Moberly, that could guarantee us the 1 seed potentially. But in a 16 district, the 1 seed could be everything. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Coach, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And you get some good rest, and good luck to you tomorrow.
I appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Absolutely. Coach Jerome Simpson, folks, from Boonville, the Pirates, our game of the week tomorrow, taking on the Blair Oaks Falcons. Class 4 is, in my opinion, guys, one of the better classes in the state. I just think it is up and down. You got teams. They may even have an arm that could come out and put you guys to sleep a little bit. Maybe not beat you.
Anybody can beat us. Been there, done that many times.
It's true, though, right, Coach?
Yeah, that's right. That's why you play games you play.
Blair Oaks is going to be in that Columbia tournament. They're usually a tough out.
They got a new coach, didn't they?
What's that?
They got a new coach, didn't they?
Yes, they do. Chris Ebright.
Because
Coming from
D'Amelia went to
college.
college.
Yeah, he was coaching in college.
Little fiery guy.
Yeah. So that will be interesting to see as well. So
Yeah.
one coach, D'Amelia, going to college. This one coming from college back to high school. So that'll be interesting to see.
I think I'm going to bail out, Brian, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. No, Coach, you got to do what
I've
you
been
got to
home. I
do.
still get my stats in.
You got to go take care of your business. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bless.
Coach Tony Perkins, Coach, good luck to you.
Dave.
See you.
So, but Dave, Class 4, I think there are some interesting deals. There you are in District 4, Principia with
Here
Whitfield.
we are.
How is the co-op going there, bro?
It's awesome. Those Whitfield kids are great. Coach Stovall is fantastic. He gets along so well with my coaching staff, my boys. Well, we have a young woman on the team, so my boys and girl. But the Whitfield kids, they're fun. They're fun kids. They're fun to be around. They work hard. They don't care what the name is on their jersey. They know that, even though they're wearing Principia uniforms, like we're one. We're Prinfield. We're Whitsipia. We're one of those two. Like we want the boys to feel like they're a part of what we do. And I think they're kind of in awe of, I guess, our facilities and kind of how we do things there. We have we have 4 different locker rooms for our men's teams. We're going to show them their locker room tomorrow. And one of the kids today was like, "Wait, we get our own locker room?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." Like, and it looks like a college locker room too. It's really cool. Like, we wash our uniforms. We have laundry service where, they will wash our uniforms and they'll lay them out in their lockers before games for them. So they're soaking it all up. They're loving it. Our field's really nice. So it's been a really good, fun co-op, and we're excited to get going.
That's
We're
awesome.
excited for that district, to be honest. I wouldn't mind being the last seed in that district and playing spoiler to Westminster.
Right? I think Afton could be tough there with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every team in that district's going to be tough with us.
But
I just,
yeah, Lutheran South is good in there. Westminster Christian, of course. There, as you can see right there, we have them at number 17 in the Class 4 rankings. I think Westminster could be even better, but we'll see. I want to wait.
Yeah.
It's a wait and see. And this is Class 4. We kind of had to reset this, Dave, because of all the changes. So at the bottom here, we got Eldon, the Mustangs from Eldon. We're going to have them on as well. They're traveling to Westphalia for Fatima. We'll see Eldon, and they got off to a fast start and some good wins. I like this Mustangs team. They're always a good program in Class 4, and of course the Hound Dogs from Aurora at 19. The Fulton Hornets, little slow start. They're young. They got a good reputation. I think I wouldn't sleep on Fulton. We'll see what happens. Westminster, of course, at 17. And my good buddy, and I think this team, I might have them a little too low. We'll see how it goes. But St. Charles West, the Warriors come out, and they've hung up some wins. I think they're going to be tough to beat.
They took down Parkway South.
Yes. I know.
Yeah, that's a good win, Coach Allen and club right there. I mean, that's Parkway South was in the Final Four last year in Class 6. So I don't care who you graduated. If you're seriously, like if you're playing Parkway South's best player, Jordan Schneider, he's still there. So
Yes.
they're still very good. Although they're off to a slower start. That's a huge win for St. Charles West to come out and beat them this early in the season. And clearly they're going to be a problem in Class 4.
Yeah, absolutely. They're at number 16, and that district, it's Orchard Farm, right there with them, and that's going to be the big one right there. So, no, you can roll it, Drew. You can roll it to the next 5. Oh, okay. I'm just so after that, we got the Mexico Bulldogs, who are off to a slow start. It'll be interesting. Mexico is in that district with Fulton, Lutheran St. Charles. It's wild. Wright City and Winfield. Lutheran St. Charles got pushed over a little bit there. That one was interesting to me. But
hey, they just upset Webster Groves today.
Lutheran St. Charles did.
Lutheran St. Charles beat Webster Groves.
Wow. That's a good win.
Yeah. That's a good win. Yeah, Webster threw a couple of good arms at him too. And kudos to Lutheran St. Charles, because I didn't think they would win that game, I'll be honest. I know Webster didn't think they would lose that game. So seriously, congratulations to the Cougars there.
Wow. Mexico, the Bulldogs, they've got off to a little bit of a slow start, but I think they're finding themselves a little bit. Excelsior Springs, the Tigers from Excelsior Springs, they're in that District 15 with Odessa. And Odessa is the team that got mauled by Summit Christian that we were talking about earlier with the boys.
Yeah.
It was rough. It was rough. So good luck to Odessa.
Sorry, hypothetical. Have you seen Webster's field, like how short the right field porch is?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Could you imagine if Keelan and Brooks played their home games at Webster? Oh my. They'd knock the fence down.
They'd probably hit 20 home runs apiece, man.
Easily. I mean, I just got to thinking, I'm like, holy moly.
Oh, I'm telling you, dude. The Savages, there's Moberly. We got Moberly there at, what is that, number 13, Drew? Yeah, that's number 13. I think Moberly, they lost some big-time guys. Jackson Engel, for one. Big-time armies over at Moberly Area Community College. But they've got guys. Ashton Hunt's still there. I know I'm sleeping. I can't bring them off. There's 4 or 5 guys still in that program from last year making that run. Moberly is a good baseball team. I could see them. I think it'd be a hard task to beat Southern Boone in District 8 for anybody. Booneville, Moberly, no offense to either one of those teams. They're good teams. And we're going to see Boonville tomorrow. So, but Southern Boone, man, they got some talent. They got some guys. That's going to be – and they're off to a big start already. So there you go. Savannah is down in District 16 with Benton and Chillicothe. All right, folks, here's another helmet sticker for you. Chillicothe, yes, they graduated. They're the Class 4 state champions coming back. They haven't lost yet. Howie Donahoe, he's off to a big start. 4 hits. One of them's a double. He's got a home run, 5 ribbies in a couple games. That deserves a helmet sticker. He's how he can play the game, Dave.
I don't know too much about Howie, but sounds like he's off to a great start. Is he a senior, junior?
He's still just a junior.
He's a junior. Okay. Is he
Yes.
uncommitted?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Not
think
for
he's
long.
committed yet.
Not for long.
No. And I'd have to go look to, don't quote me on that, but I don't have that up. But Howie Donahue, he was the guy, he really made that team go offensively as a sophomore. He's back again this year. They had a lot of good dudes, but he is the centerpiece to that program. But I think Chillicothe, they have a lot of those kids coming back that were part of that program last year. They lost a couple, but I think they could be right there. Benton, I mean, this is a tough one with Savannah, Benton, and Chillicothe. Those 3 teams right there. The Benton Cardinals, Carson Coy, the freshman, another Coy coming through that program, shocker. And they're going to retool. They were a little young last year. They got some more experience. I think Benton, they really came on in the end of the season too. They struggled early, but they came on in the last part of the year last year. I think they're going to be a tough team to beat, the Benton Cardinals there. I think, we're going to see them in our rankings. Springfield Catholic, I should say, number 11 there. I got Orchard. Is that number 11? Yeah. Thank you,
Yep.
Drew. It's a little fun. And then Orchard Farm at 10. The reason they're bumped up is because Blair Oaks is gone. Duchesne's gone out of Class 4. So they're back in Class 3. You can see where I've got the Boonville Pirates. They're at number 9. The Seneca Indians. That's a team. We're gonna do a deep dive into some of these teams as we go along here. But the Seneca Indians opened 3-0. They went to a tournament in Oklahoma, beat a Kansas team and 2 Oklahoma teams over the weekend. This Seneca team, I think they're going to be another tough out. They're in the same district with Aurora and Monette. I think Aurora and Seneca. That's those 2 teams there in District 12. That's where that's going to be. You can see where we got Benton, the Cardinals at number 7. St. Michael, the Archangel. I think they're going to benefit from not having to play Summit Christian in the district championship game. But don't get too cozy. You're in District 14 with Pembroke Hill. So there you go. So I think one of those 2 teams, St. Michael the Archangel, Pembroke Hill. Now, Pembroke Hill was a Class 3 school. They moved up. I haven't put them in the top 20 here in Class 4. It'll be interesting. I want to get a little more on them. And you can see our final here. Sullivan, the Eagles, Nevada Tigers. They haven't played yet. Chillicothe, Southern Boone, and Logan Rogersville. And I got to tip a cap to the Licking Wildcats. Now, the Licking Wildcats is in Southwest Missouri. They're a solid program. They've been winning a lot. Harv Antle was a dude down there. He's not coaching the team anymore, but that program's been good for a while. Correct, Dave?
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, they beat Logan Rogersville the other day 1-0.
Oh, wow.
That's a good win, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, clearly they have an arm. We
Yes.
need to find out who it is.
That's right. And that's what I'm working towards. So we're going to get more information on that. Licking's a Class 3 school and took down the number 1 team in our polling, and a lot of people's thoughts in the state in Class 4 is Logan Rogersville.
I think, didn't Coach McGee mention that a number of Log Rog's better players are playing basketball? So that could have something to do with the early loss, because I know they took down Bashan in the semis. I think they won the championship in Class 4. So it sounds like they're going to have their baseball players back now. They're definitely not in baseball shape after playing basketball all winter. So maybe they might have some early struggles, but come May, yeah, we'll know who they are.
They'll be just fine. They'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Just fine. So that's our Class 4 right there. We're going to run through some teams to watch here as we finish up the show. We're not going to keep you to it, but I want to do this. Class 1 teams, this is presented by Advanced Athlete. We want a new partner this year where the blueprint is in place. Advanced Athlete works one-on-one with athletes to help them get seen, connect with college programs, and navigate the recruiting process the right way. It's not just about playing at the next level. It's about finding the right fit for your future. This is the same group that Brady Smith, East Carter, he's going to Wichita State this year or next year. So they have a plan. They have an understanding. You can go and follow them on Facebook if you want to learn some more about Advanced Athlete. And if you're looking, especially if you're in a smaller, I know they've been working a lot in the Southeast with a lot of small schools. So go check them out. They're going to do a good job for you. Advanced Athlete, if you're looking to get yourself some recruiting opportunities. There you go. All right. Iran opens tomorrow. Iran Class 1 at Bloomfield. They haven't started yet. St. Elizabeth is 1-2, but we talked about that. They're state champs last year. They're returning some guys. They've already played 2 Class 6 schools. That was their losses.
Wow.
I mean, okay, go ahead and challenge yourself, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My goodness, they do this every year, Dave.
Who did they
St.
play?
Elizabeth does. I'm pulling this up because I'm going to show you. They're in District 8 in Class 1. They beat the California Pintos. California is a really good Class 4 school team. They beat them 14-4. I'm sorry, it wasn't Class 6. It was Class 4 schools. There was all Class 4 and 1 Class 3. Well, no, I'm going to shut up now and just name the schools. They lost to Camdenton 13-9.
Okay.
And then they lost to Blair Oaks 9-8.
Oh,
Okay.
they played them
So
tight.
I was incorrect. And then they beat Jamestown 11-2. So they took care of some business, played very well against Blair Oaks. And then they got Crocker, Iberia at Eugene, and they're playing in that. So I think they're in the Missouri River Festival, the Russellville tournament. It doesn't look like they're going to go to the Columbia tournament this year. They were there last year. They played very well.
They were there last year, yeah.
Yeah. So St. Elizabeth off to their normal start. Wheatland, who was in the Final Four last year, they're off to a good start at 2-1. Green City, District 5. Green City was in the Final Four last year. They're 0-2. Don't sleep on Northland Christian in Class 1. Aaron Holst, new coach there. They lost to Faith Christian Academy in the district championship. They were in the same district. Faith Christian Academy was in the Final Four last year in Class 1. They got bumped to Class 2. So there you go. So I think Northland is probably going, whew, maybe, maybe we get an opportunity here to do something. They're in District 13. Wellington Napoleon is there. We'll see what happens. That's about all I know about Class 1, but it's fun. You got to do it, Dave. Got to do it. And then teams to watch now, I think Class 2 is going to be a lot of fun. Class 2, District 11, Miller, they're off to a good start, 2-1. They still have some players down there. I know Coach Snyder, you talked to him on Baseball 101. They got a new coach down there. They got a win over Portageville, who was in Class 3's Final Four last year. They're down by enrollment in Class 2 this year, and Miller's got a good win over Portageville.
Gotta love that. Did they throw? I can't remember the young man's name. They're low 90s lefty.
Wilkinson.
Yeah, Wilkinson. Did he throw that one?
There you go.
Well,
in District 3,
they're probably going to win.
Yeah. District 3, Chaffee, they were in the Final Four, 1-0. They got a 17-1 win over Century High School in Ullin, Illinois. I don't know where Ullin, Illinois is. So that's all I got right there. Tipton in District 3, they were in the Final Four. They're 1-2. But their two losses were to Marshall and to Chillicothe. So, we'll give them a little bit there. Close. Portageville moved from Class 3 down to Class 2. They're 2-2 off to that start in 4 games. District 11, Purdy. Purdy is one of those Class 2 powerhouses. They've been around a long time. They're in the same district with Miller. Joshua Hughes is the coach there. They got a pretty large senior class. They're off to a good start at 3-0. So there's some teams to watch in Class 3, and we'll keep updating this as we go along throughout the season. And then we're going to look at Class 3. And, Dave, Blair Oaks moves to Class 3. They're the number 1 team in Class 3.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Wyatt Libert is a good anchor for that staff as a junior, younger brother of Will, who is, man, where the heck is Will? He was at Mizzou. He's somewhere else now. He's pitching big-time baseball.
Isn't he in Ole Miss? Or Mississippi
right.
State, one of those two, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, he's playing in the SEC still. You never know, right?
No.
I mean, obviously, Coach D'Amelia is at Missouri Valley College now, and they have a new coach. How do the players respond? How does that new coach, insert his play style and his communication style? I mean, maybe it's a great fit right off the bat, and they don't skip a beat, right?
Right.
But it'll be interesting to watch for sure.
Well, if you want to tune in tomorrow, folks, 4:30 first pitch, right here on Youth Baseball Midwest, our game of the week. Blair Oaks will be taking on Boonville. So Duchesne opened in the St. Louis Patriots Invitational. They went 2-1. Played some pretty good baseball. Lost to East. East had 2 good wins. They beat Duchesne, which is a really good Class 4 team last year.
Oh, yeah.
And they were still going to be a very good Class 4 team and went to Class 3, and they're going to be right there. So I think they're going to be fine. We saw Montgomery County, too, as they're in that same – I think they are. I'm going to, before I open my mouth and more stupid falls out, I'm going to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Montgomery County is in the same district with Duchesne. Yeah, District 5. And Montgomery County looked pretty good in that tournament. Played pretty good baseball. They were 2-1 as well. I'm going to go back to Licking. They were 3-0. They had that win over Logan Rogersville and then beat a very good Stratford Indian team 5-2. That's Class 3 as well. Another team right here locally, I don't know how much you know about Valley Park, but we saw Valley Park this weekend play against Warrenton. They lost 3-2, but I'll tell you what, they played very well in that game and then ended up winning twice, and they got a win over Pattonville. Valley Park beat Pattonville. That's a good win for that Class 3 school.
Absolutely. They graduated one of the better players to ever come through Valley Park, and
Will Geary.
Oh my God, Will Geary, the shortstop at Lindenwood. He's got a little brother who's a sophomore, Luke. Luke's very talented, and then obviously they're led by Matty Bell, who's been there since his freshman year. Big power hitting lefty who can also chuck it on the mound, going to Mo State. Not Mo State. I'm sorry. Sorry, Maddie. That's wrong. They are, they're going to be tough. And you're talking Class 3, having two talented players like that. I'm sure there's more surrounding them. Sometimes that's all it takes is just a couple, especially if one of them can jump up on the mound and chuck it.
I'd seen the name, the other young man that really impressive. One, they're 2-3 in the lineup, and that's Miles St. Clair.
Okay.
Valley Park. Big, strong kid, about 6'2", probably look like. Athletic, playing shortstop. This team, Valley Park, I think is going to be, again, pressing towards, they got Lutheran North, Priory's in that district. Priory is pretty decent. They always play
Lutheran
a tough
North
schedule.
Lutheran North is going to be tough.
I think so.
They're no cakewalk. Osar Tate is a stud. They've got some other really good players on that team. Maddie's going SIUE. Sorry, Maddie, not Mo State, SIUE. Wrong state. But it's that's not an easy district by any means.
No. And so that's going to be a good one to watch. I was fun getting to see Valley Park play. I love it when we get an opportunity to see teams that you don't normally, we're talking about here and there, but you get to see the kids play. And, that's always what's fun for me. And meet the coaches. Mike Menley, the Valley Park head coach, really nice man, enjoyed the conversation, and had fun watching those guys play. It was a lot of fun. So don't sleep on Valley Park here in the St. Louis area in Class 3. I think North Callaway is going to be brutally tough again. The Thunderbirds. I love that, man.
Love that name.
Absolutely. Ash Grove down in District 12 with Fairgrove. Those two, Fairgrove and Ash Grove, that's going to be a tussle in that district all the way through. Diamond over in District 11, going to be good. Lamar, we'll see. Holden and Lone Jack in District 14. Holden was in the Final Four last year. Lone Jack had the big thrower. And Ethan, I'm trying to remember Ethan's last name. Sorry, went to Wichita State.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's terrible. Oh, well. They got some pieces back. I think they're going to be a solid there. One of the teams that I think is going to be very interesting is Macon. The Macon Tigers up north there, District 6. Ryder Lewis is a player to watch. They've got a couple of guys that this team's already off to a pretty good start here. They beat Atlanta 2-0. They got Salisbury, but I'm looking forward to. They're going to be Wednesday. Macon will be at Southern Boone. That's a game I'm very interested in paying attention to, and we'll see where Macon's at. You got to travel to Southern Boone from down there. We'll see what happens. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Ethan Rogers.
Ethan
Rogers, lefty, drafted by the Tigers. Yeah,
that's right. He did get drafted. Mm-hmm. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a big arm to lose right there.
Yeah. Yes, it is. West County, There's this the last team we'll talk a little bit about. West County, the Bulldogs. That's Leewood. That's down in southeast Missouri. The West County Bulldogs, year in, year out, tough out. They were in the Final Four in Class 3 a couple years ago, maybe even last year. Hang on just a second here. I'm going to find out here where they were. Yeah, they lost to Valley Park in the Class 3 tournament in 10 innings, 3-2. So they're off to a 3-0 start, beat Kingston twice. They beat Notre Dame Cape Girardeau, which is a Class 4 school. They beat them 6-5. That's a good win down there. They've got some interesting stuff coming up. They're playing some small schools. We'll see when they get to Valley Catholic later in about mid-April. Portageville, St. John. They've got some decent teams on the schedule. We'll see what they do. But that's always a tough team.
Do you know, sorry for inserting myself here.
Oh, no, you do it.
There's a young man who deserves a helmet sticker. When you said St. John, it jogged my memory. He goes to Hillsborough High School. His name is Max Partney. He's committed to Eastern Michigan University. He's a junior. He hit 3 home runs in the same game this weekend.
Did he really?
3 home runs in the same game.
Oh, the Partney brothers are for real, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Max, the first one he hit is like an absolute, no doubt, nuke, where the crowd just doesn't even know how to react to it. But yeah, he hit 3 bombs in the same game.
Against St. John.
It was at St. John's Field, so I'm assuming so.
Well, because they played Valley Catholic, and they lost 7-6, and then they beat St. John 15-0.
It was probably St. John.
I would imagine since that popped up. Drew, for Max Partney, drop it on him.
Right, love it.
Hey, anytime you got you don't worry about it. You bring it, man. I love that, Dave. That's awesome. Great. You hit 3 home runs anywhere at any level. I mean, 3 home runs in a game's hard to do, man.
Oh my! 1 home run in a game's hard. What are you talking about?
3 is just flat out difficult, man.
Yeah.
The degree of difficulty changes. So, folks, that's our look. We've got to. I know we can't go through all the districts in the smaller schools because it's just too tough. But that's some teams to watch. We'll keep updating this as we go along, and we'll keep talking about the smaller schools, the smaller classes. I know Dave is going to be keeping us up to date where he's at, and we'll get to see some of that chatter about his squad as we move along. But Class 1, 2, 3, it's going to be good. Class 4 is it's all going to be good. There's some really good baseball coming up in the state. We're just starting. Everybody got through the first weekend. Some great games. That early one, I mean, Francis Howell walks it off on a wild pitch. And then, Fort Zumwalt West has to get a dong from their player to beat Troy Buchanan. I mean, it just doesn't get any better, man. Baseball's great.
He had to throw 4 innings in relief too.
Oh,
yeah. Nolan Sissom, who moonlights as a pitcher, had to throw 4 innings.
So, hey, you know what? Hats off to Fort Zumwalt West. They're winning ball games, and I'll be the first to say it. I had them I think I have them at 14 in our rankings, and I couldn't put them any higher until we'll see. I want to see how their young guys respond. Wolf's going to get his. Pyle's going to be Pyle, and Sissom's going to be Sissom. It was just the rest of the guys around him what was going to happen, and so far, these guys are producing.
Yeah, it is Howell Zumi West tomorrow? Are we in the finals? It seems like it's that every single year.
Oh, that's right. That's the Troy. Let's take a look at that.
because that was the semifinal game for both teams, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're
Get your
right.
popcorn.
Yeah. Out at Troy. Yes, it is. Troy Classic. That is it. That's the championship. Again. My
Again.
goodness. What do you mean, again?
There you go. There you go, man. But it's and man, I can't say enough about what Troy did to almost win that game and almost get to play in the championship game at their home field. And just nobody picked them to beat Zumwalt West, and they had them on the ropes. So that's exciting for Troy.
It is, and kudos to Coach Crotto coming in there. Culture. You know, culture's big to him, and really kind of it's hard when you walk into a new place. You guys don't know who you are. You had a bunch of guys graduating last year. You got all these new kids. That shows a lot about who Crotto is.
You have to earn their trust. You can't come in and expect their trust. I saw something real, and once again, I think this deserves a helmet sticker. I know he doesn't wear a helmet; he wears a hat because he's a coach. But I saw something on Facebook. One of the Troy parents said that his son came home from one of their last practices with a handwritten note, a handwritten letter from Coach Crado. He apparently wrote handwritten letters to every single kid in his program.
That's a first on the show. Give it to him. Wow, if you don't think he doesn't care,
a whole nother level. That's
Oh.
taking coaching to a whole nother level, and
absolutely,
that's awesome.
that's something else. Well, kudos to you, Coach Crotto. Well, Crado, is it Crado?
I think it's Crado. I called him Crado for the longest time, but then I heard someone say Crado, so I went with it.
Well, Coach, if you enlighten us, we'll make sure we get it correct.
Coach K.
There you go. I like that. Hey, if you want to see the up-to-date rankings, go to youthbaseballmidwest.com. You can see the rankings there. Tune in tomorrow, 4 o'clock, pregame show. We got a good show for you. We'll be at the 4:30 first pitch. Dave, I love the conversations. Appreciate you hanging in, being here, part of the press box. It's so much fun. Coach for Coach P dropping in on us, and Coach Simpson dropping in on us. Appreciate you guys being here on the show. Dave, enjoy your week. Good luck to you on Wednesday, correct? Wednesday's first game?
Yes, sir. Wednesday. Yep.
All your boys, remember to tell them for me, hit them where they ain't. Coach will be happier.
We will do our best. Yes.
So, folks, thanks for tuning here on the Press Box. We appreciate it, everybody. Have a great day in the Lord. Always remember, you pitchers, Dave, give the pitchers some advice.
Throw strikes, pitchers.
Easy game. Easy game.
Mm-hmm.
You hitters,
Yep.
Hit a tank or two. We got tanks everywhere. Might as well. We'll see y'all next time.